The 3 to 3.5-year-old examination allows assessment of the child's development as they move into the preschool years. It requires a flexible approach dependent on the child's interest and cooperation on the day, sometimes moving straight into the activities with the child, at other times starting with the interview phase to allow the child to feel more confident in the centre.
Look in the door.
Yep, there's a bear in there.
How are you going, Carol?
Good.
Thanks for bringing Chloe in for her 3-year-old check. Have you got any worries about her at all?
No, not at all. She's a very sociable child.
Doing everything she should be doing.
And she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, that sounds like a typical 3-year-old.
Yep.
Lots of who, where, what, why questions
Most
being
definitely.
asked. Yep, good. Did you bring Chloe's little book in, her grey clinic book? Yep, great, thanks. And have you got any worries about her at all?
No, she's developing fine.
Yep, good. You're happy?
Yes.
And I know you're working, so everything going okay with that?
Yes.
Managing to fit in
working
and...
Nanny who helps me out, and I have daycare a couple of days a week, and she's adjusting very well, and
Great.
Maybe that's what's made her a bit of a bossy child.
I wouldn't say that. She's very, very outgoing.
Yep.
Has she been to the dentist yet, or...?
Yes, she's been a couple of times. Just when she was over 2, she jumped off a chair and broke her 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
So she's had the full x-rays and gone back 8 months later for further x-rays, so everything's fine.
Right. Well, that must have been a pretty traumatic experience
it was,
for you.
Yeah, most definitely.
And everything's okay. Great, yeah.
No it's
good that you took her straight off to the dentist. You know, they're really concerned about, I mean, the dentists are really into looking after the first teeth now. They realise how important they are, so that's really good. Her immunisations are all current, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And you know when her next one's due? Pre-primary year?
Yes.
The year she turns 5, so somewhere between then she's due for a booster.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, now just a few questions about her sight, because what we're going to do next is I'm going to check her vision.
Right.
Okay, now she gets this done at 3 and then again when she goes to pre-primary.
Right.
Is any family history of eyesight problems at all?
Not directly with me or my husband, but both of our parents wear glasses.
Yeah, okay. Did they wear them as children,
no,
or it's
no,
just an old age
yep.
thing? Right, okay. Oh, that's great. And do you think she can see far away objects?
I haven't noticed any problems at all.
So sort of look at the aeroplane or a bird up in the sky,
Yep.
and see close-up things, tiny things on the ground.
Spot
that
stickers
sort
on
of
the wall.
Yeah, great. And hasn't got a lazy eye? You don't notice that one eye sort of turns in or anything
Nothing
like
that
that?
I've noticed, no.
No, okay then, great. I might just have a quick look at her eyes if I can while she's sitting on your knee. Can I just do that?
You want to sit on Mummy's knee and we're going to have a look at your eyes, your
Jenny
beautiful
wants to have a look at
eyes.
your eyes with her torch.
You can play with that in a minute.
Have you seen my funny torch? Look at that little man.
We had one of those on the fridge, didn't we?
You have you? Did yours have a special name? Hey? You just have a little look at him. That's a girl. Just follow the little red man. That's it. Just your eyes. Good girl. Wonderful. You following him with your eyes? Just follow the little red man with your eyes. That's it. Good girl. And I might have a look at those lovely teeth while I'm here too. Can I look at those lovely teeth? Oh, beautiful. Yes. And which are the ones, those ones there that you had broken? Oh dear, yeah. Are you brushing your teeth? Do you brush your teeth? Yeah.
We
Mummy?
have toothbrush and toothpaste to take to kindy, as she calls daycare, and we do it after lunch as well.
Good. And does Mummy help her?
No, she does it all by herself. We watch.
Sometimes kids quite often can't get right back and do a really good job. Right. They say until they're about 6 or 7. So maybe even at the nighttime one, if you could just go back and, you know, go over her teeth for her, that'll help. Has Chloe had any problems with ear infections over the last couple of years?
No, not the last years. When she was a baby, she had
a couple.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need you to repeat things to her? Yes?
No.
Only selective deafness.
Yeah, that's right, exactly,
right,
selective.
So if you were unwrapping a lolly paper or something like that, she'd hear that, okay?
Oh, most definitely.
Right, okay, that's important. Okay, and she follows instructions. Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Most of the time, 90% of the
Yeah.
time. Okay. As much as a 3-year-old will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she speak clearly?
Well, we don't have any trouble understanding her.
Okay. So how
Sometimes.
old is she actually now?
She
She's
was 3 in June.
3 and 3 months now then. So 50% of the time you'd say that most strangers could understand her. They don't. Strangers
more
don't
than
have to.
50%.
More than 50. Okay. So that's important. We don't expect strangers to understand a 3-year-old all the time, but at least
I'd say
half
most
the
of the
time.
time.
Yeah. Good. Okay. And takes part in conversations.
Yes, once
Yes.
she's got used to people, she doesn't
Great.
shut up.
Right. Okay. And talks in sentences.
Yes.
Yeah. And listens.
Yes.
Yeah. So she'll listen to story time and things like that.
Oh, yes, yeah, they have a book read to them at night time.
Okay, great. Well, what we're doing now is only checking their hearing if there's a problem with the speech or if there's been persistent ear infections. Then we class her in a high-risk category, but I think Chloe's would be low risk. Her speech is excellent for her age. So in pre-primary, they'll check her hearing again. Okay?
When the observed hearing behaviours and the responses about hearing in the parent questions do not identify any problems, no further hearing assessment is performed at this time. When problems are identified, screening by otoscopy and play audiometry is undertaken.
Okay. Chloe, Jenny wants to see if you can see with these funny glasses on now. Okay, do you want to play this game with me?
The big glasses.
And the pink ones, aren't they? And the brown ones. But first of all, have a look at my letters here. Just pop that down for a minute, sweetie. Just tell Jenny if you've got one of those on the card there. Have you got one like that? One like this one? Have a look. There it is. Good girl. What about this one? Have you got one like that? Good. What about this one? Got one like this? Good.
Kirsty has that one.
Kirsty has that one, does she?
Kirsty has.
Oh, what about this one? Good. Okay. And this one? Good girl. Now you know all the letters. What we're going to do now is see if you can see them with the funny glasses on. Okay? So you just pop those on. There you go. Got them? That's the girl. And we just have one more look at the letters, okay? All right? There you go. There you go. Can you show Jenny that one? Got that one? Oh, good girl. Very clever. This one? That's it. Good girl. And this one here? This one? Good girl. What about this one, Chloe? Chloe, pop the glasses back on, honey bun. That's a girl. Can you see this one? Good. And what about this one here? What about this one here? Pop the card on the table. Put the card down flat. That's a girl. And this one? Good. What about this one? They're getting tiny. You have to look carefully now. And this one? Good girl. What about this one? Chloe? This one here. Good girl. And this one? We're nearly finished. That's it. And this one? Excellent. Very good. Now we're going to swap you over and we'll pop the pink ones on. Okay? Did you tell Mummy you're very clever? Now this one. There you go. We'll see how clever you are with those ones on. You ready? Okay. Show Jenny that one. Good girl. And this one? This one here? Very good. What about this one here? Very good. You're so clever, aren't you? What about this one? And this one here? Very good, Chloe.
Are you tiny?
They're getting tiny, aren't they? What about this one here? Chloe, have a look at this one, darling. Chloe, this one here. Good girl. And this one here? Good girl. And what about this one? This tiny one. Got that tiny one? Very good. And this one? Good girl. That's excellent. Very clever. Chloe, we're going to see how much you weigh now. Okay, can you stand up on the scales for Jenny? That's a good girl. Let's have a look at you. There we go. What's that say? 13.5 kilos. Wow. Okay, now let's see how tall you are. You see my measurer up here? You've got to stand with your back to the wall. Okay, turn yourself round. And put your little feet right up the back here. That's the girl. You've got a big tall, standing up like a big top soldier. Head right back. That's it. And Jenny's just going to put that on the top of your head. And see how tall you are. There we go. 93 centimetres. That's big, isn't it? Right, so we've finished weighing you and we know how tall you are now. Jenny will just put it in your book here for Mummy. Okay, 93 centimetres. And there's the page. Last one here. And she's 3 and 3 months. So there. So she's on the 10th percentile for length. Okay. So she's going to be petite like her mum, probably. Not going to be a huge tall girl. And weight is 13.5 kilos. And where are we with that one up here? Great. So she's on about the 40th percentile for her weight. Okay, so that's good. And I'll write those in here for you too, Carol, so you can keep a record of that. 3 years and 3 months. That's 13.5 kilos. 93 centimetres. You've been a very good girl today, Chloe. I'm just going to give these little books to Mummy to read, okay? This is about how you're going to develop over the next couple of years, right up until you're 5. So that's just got all the development, growth and development, safety, etc. Still very, very high profile for safety with this age group because, as you know, they're into climbing and all that sort of thing. Got absolutely no road sense at all, so you really need to be watched close to the roads and in the car as well with their belts on, those sorts of things. Poisons, you know, fire, all those issues have to be addressed in this age group. Okay. This one here is on self-esteem. The 3-year-old is very, very, needs to be told all the time how good they are, and you need to want to build up her self-esteem, which I'm sure she's very, very confident little girl anyway. This one's just on the sexuality, childhood sexuality. At this age they become very interested in the difference between girls and boys, so you probably have that cropping up. Okay, and best taught to them by their own parents. Always just answer them honestly, and that's
Jenny,
Jenny at the clinic.
Jenny. And I've just popped that one for you as well, Carol. That just talks to you about helping your toddler brush their teeth.
Great.
Okay, so that's all today. You've been such a good girl. I think you need to have a stamp and a sticker to take home.
Show me which colour on the top.
Look, see what my stamp is.
Oh, it's a banana, isn't it?
Hey, would you like that? There you go. Let's have a look and see. Uh-oh, he's upside down. There you go. You have to look at him that way. Want one on the other hand as well?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And a sticker, a smiley face to take home. There you go.
Stick it up there.
There you go. Okay, Carol?
Great, thanks very
for
much,
coming
Jenny.
in. And we don't actually need to see Chloe again at the clinic until, it's good to perhaps pop in when she's 4 just to get her weight, height, and if you've got any developmental concerns about her. But in pre-primary year, the school nurse will to check her hearing and vision again.
Great.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.